Yesterday I was speaking with a client called Stephen Farrer, and Stephen shared something with me that I found very interesting. In fact, it's not a way that I have looked at things before or I would have described things as well. And he was talking about the demographics of his client base and the age range of his client base. And one of the things that he was describing was about the older generation, the 60-year-old plus generation, indeed sometimes in the late 50s as well, and about how historically they have struggled to pick up on some of the systems that he would want them to use, whether that be Excel spreadsheets, whether it be desktop software, whether it be cloud-based programs as well. And there's always a portion who go, great, I get that, thanks Stephen, and I'm up and running with it. But there's also others where it's just the medium of a PC, that kind of PC laptop environment has not worked very well for them. When he's delivered that same sort of outcome, access to accounting programs, client portals, those sorts of things, tools he wants them to use, data collection points, but he's done it through their mobile device, he's found a very different outcome. And it's interesting, isn't it? There are lots of statistics out there that support Stephen's experience. We know from Gartner they're at 90% distribution now, smartphone is at 90% distribution. We know from Ofcom and App Annie and others that the 55 to 64-year-old age bracket are spending more than 70 hours a month using apps on smartphones and tablets. And so there is significant evidence around these things. But the humanness of how Stephen described it was real interesting. And more than that, it was about how he saw it as a great opportunity. And that's the part that really struck my ears, because Stephen here is talking about how he can now focus on that audience and help them to engage with things in a way that's better for them and in a way that helps them to be ready for stuff like making tax digital and the digitisation of tax that's happening both in the UK and all over the world these days, and in a way that's comfortable for them to do so. And so that's a different perspective, I find, that firms often share. And I'd love to hear your thoughts here in the comments about how you view that element of your client base. Yes, you got the young up and coming ones, the millennials. Yes, you got the Generation X, where delivering stuff in a mobile environment is perfectly, makes sense to them, it's attractive to them. Having that other end of the client demographic sometimes is one where we partition and go, well, they're not very tech savvy, this sort of thing isn't for them. But Stephen has a very different take on it, and I'd love to hear yours as well.